Here's a theme song, you know it's not a mean song. It's a good song, just as it should song. American Brews and Tunes. Shibbity beeby dow. I bless the rains down in Africa.
Wait, this isn't Africa.
No.
This is America. Time for American Brews and Tunes.
Yeah!
High five.
And the crowd goes wild.
Well, welcome again to another episode of American Brews and Tunes.
Yes, welcome.
This
one
is
and all.
our 7th episode, believe it or not.
Sure
I believe
is.
it. I believe it.
I believe it because the title says podcast number 7.
Yeah, that's true. Before we get started, we'd like to mention one of our sponsors, who is near and dear to our heart. It is the local Nashville folk punk act, Tree Shelf.
Yes.
They're a phenomenal group, trust me. And in fact, don't trust me, search for yourself. You can find their wonderful music on Spotify, iTunes, and everywhere.
Everywhere else.
Everywhere.
Yes, we'd like to thank them for donating tonight's beers.
Yes, they have donated generously. But enough of that hullabaloo, that hibbity-beep-a-dow.
Yep.
Let's
we're
go back
gonna get straight into it. What beer are you trying?
I'm trying... Oh, I'm so excited about this beer. You don't even know. This is called the Old Guardian.
Oh, it's a barley wine.
Yes, and they release this
Nice.
every single year. I believe it's closer to the winter time. I could be wrong. But this one, they released it in 2015 as an odd year release. It's the extra hoppy edition. Ooh. So I've had this aging for almost 2 years now.
Yeah, true.
And it says that somewhere. I'm not going to read the back of this. The back of this is like 3 or 4 massive paragraphs of a description. So I'm just going to go out on a limb and it says, age this, somewhere in the back. If it
What
doesn't,
does it say right here?
it says, age at cellar temp.
Age at cellar temp.
You're right. So you can age it, and that's what I did. I'm an idiot, though, and I aged it at refrigerator temp. Yeah. But who cares? It'll still be delicious. I'm excited for it. I've had lots of barley wines. I've even had the regular Old Guardian barley wine, not the extra hoppy. So I'm kind of curious about how this is going to go.
I didn't even know that Stone made a barley wine.
Now you know.
Wow.
The more you know.
Ain't that the truth?
It is the truth. What are you drinking this week, Jesse?
I will be drinking a beer that I'm surprised I've never had, actually. It is a Sierra Nevada beer. It is their stout, but it's not their coffee stout. It is their West Coast style stout.
What does that mean?
I don't really know.
When I
But
think of West Coast, I think of West Coast IPA.
yeah, true. But apparently this was their beer one of their first beers that they started brewing in 1980 whenever they started. And
They're that old?
Yeah.
They're older than Sam Adams.
And they liked it so much that they decided to keep it going. And so this was bottled on 11/17 of last year. So
Kind of fresh.
yeah, so hopefully it's good.
For a stout, because stouts you don't have to have as fresh as you have IPAs. Am I right? You're right. Alright, I'm noticing some sediment and stuff on the bottom, so
Is
of
there?
my beer, not yours. I'm sure yours is sediment free since
can't-
'93.
I can't really see.
What do you say we crack these and pour them?
It sounds like a plan.
Here's my prediction. Let's do a little prediction right now before you do any of things. Mine's gonna be like let's say like a nice orange color, and yours is gonna be really dark.
No way. You think so?
You want to put a wager on this?
No, because I already think you're probably right.
Well, let's put a dollar on. Let's put a beer on it. How about that?
Okay.
If I win, you owe me 10 beers.
Okay.
We'll just go one beer. Let's just keep it not interesting, and let's just go one beer. The loser owes the other person one beer.
One beer, okay.
Deal.
And my bet, this is what I'm going to bet.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to bet mine's going to be like a nice molassesy brown,
Yes.
okay? And yours is going to be less of an orange and more of a golden.
Yeah, it's open for interpretation, so we'll see.
All right, so let's crack these open.
Yes, let's. Mine's being difficult to open. I got it. It's just this cap is being stuck. Oh, I got it.
You probably had it like the first time you tried it. All right, let's see the verdict here. I'm going to pour mine. which, I mean, that's what it is. It's what most stouts look like.
That's kind of a mix in between what I said and what you said.
Okay.
So that's a tie for that one.
Let's see what yours is. That's more like a bronze.
What did you say?
I said golden.
And I said orange.
You said orange.
So it's kind of like
It's
kind of like right in between.
It's kind of like a bronze.
I think we tied.
Okay, we'll both.
We owe
buy
each other a beer. So what's actually going to end up happening for you listeners is I'm going to buy myself a beer and Jesse will buy himself a beer.
Yep, pretty much.
Well, what do you say we start this show off right? Let's give a little cheers first, and let's say the magic phrase.
Okay.
Shibbity-beep-a-dow! There you go. I found that if you slurp, you get more flavor. Oh! What do you think of yours?
It's good.
That is a great descriptor.
It's
It's not bad, ladies and gentlemen. He said it's good.
That's how I was going to start off, and then I was going to continue describing it.
But why not start off higher? Like, wow, this is
quite
intrinsically phenomenal.
Intrinsically phenomenal. You could. Well, I'll say this. It's marvelously malty.
There you go. You got alliteration too.
Yep. It's got really nice earthy tones. It's delicious.
Mm-hmm. Mine's
The hops really come through.
humorously hopless.
Hopless.
It's not as hoppy as I was expecting. I mean, let me give it another try on the taste for the hops, but they're not there for me.
Really?
For Stone to say extra hoppy.
Huh.
Let me give it another go.
Maybe it's because it was aged at not.
We're keeping the belch tally as per usual.
Cum dab for all you speakers of French out there.
What?
Cum dab.
That means tally?
No. No, that means per usual.
Oh. What the heck? Well, como tally-vous, here's a beer. It's got a little hop. You want to see if you pick up any hoppy notes on there.
Okay, yeah, you try mine.
Give that a go. We're switching brews for all of you who can't see us, which is everyone who's listening. Yours smells like a stout.
Yep. It's more hoppy than a stout, though. It's kind of nice.
Oh, it is kind of hoppy. That's got to be that West Coast. Oh, I like that. I think yours is more hoppy than mine. What do you say?
It's definitely not
Not the hoppy that I was expecting, maybe.
It's not hoppy like an IPA, though.
Yeah. The hops might be there, but
You can definitely taste it.
the barley wine, what do you know about barley wine styles? It's kind of like a vague catch-all, kind of like strong ale. It's a catch-all term for
Yeah.
like a super
I
malty.
think, I'm pretty sure barley wines are aged in, or have something to do with port, I think. I could be totally wrong, though.
Jesse could be making that up. I don't know. I believe him.
I'm probably making it up. Oh,
I don't know.
there's two.
I believe him, though. So you
Um,
should, too. I give him my stamp of approval.
Your stamp of approval.
So, it's really early to tell right now.
It could get a lot better whenever it warms up.
Exactly. But straight out of the bat, what do you think? Give it a rating. Would you give it again? What do you think?
I've had better barley wines.
I'm talking about your beer.
Oh, I thought you were talking about your beer still.
We're doing each other's.
I would definitely get this beer again. It's
Yeah?
delicious, yeah.
Go give it a rating out of 10 right now.
7.5. Yeah,
pretty good.
8. As far
I'm getting some hoppiness in mine. I'm gonna give mine an 8 out of 10.
okay.
8 out of 10. I like it. Not my favorite barley wine, like you were trying to say when you were trying to rate my beer, even though I didn't tell you to. I have had better barley wines, like the Founder's Curmudgeon's barley wine, right?
Yes.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's so delicious.
That one's really good, and the Sierra Nevada Bigfoot's really good
Bigfoot's
too.
too. But no, this is actually a pretty good beer. I would like to try it fresh sometime to see what it tastes like.
Yeah,
The extra
that's
hoppy.
true. That actually probably would make a big difference.
But you know what they say: some beers are not the best beers, and some beers are better beers. And then sometimes there are butter beers. Aloha Mora.
Let's get to
the heart of brews and tunes that is not brews.
Yep, the other half of the heart.
Yeah, there are two halves, right?
Yeah, I think so. Because
There's some chambers, right?
One
Different
sends,
chambers?
well, yeah, one sends the blood out.
One
then
sends and
takes
one
it back in.
receives. Yeah.
Yep. Let's stop talking about.
Heart, stars, horseshoes, clovers, and blue moons. Pots of golden rainbows and me red balloons. I want to be lucky charms. By the luck of the Irish, top of the morning to you, Jesse.
We could say something like,
Welcome,
What?
welcome to American Brews and Tunes. We're real Americans here. Let's Let's go and have some blood pudding.
What?
That's Scottish, isn't it?
I don't know.
Boy, the look of the Irish.
Oh,
If you go higher in pitch, it sounds better.
what do you think of your beer today?
Hi, my beer's great. How's yours?
Oh, it's just great.
Great. That's Scottish.
Except-
Great.
Except if there's anybody who actually has an Irish accent listening to this, we probably definitely butchered the Irish accent there.
No disrespect. We're just having some fun.
Just having a good time.
But like we said earlier, on to the music.
Yes, we gressed there for a second.
We did gress. No, that was a full digress.
Okay,
Yeah, that wasn't a gress. That was a full digress.
this was just a gress.
Yeah, I was talking about digressing was a gress.
Yeah.
So you had me listen to the album "OK Computer" by Radiohead.
I'm just looking at how you rated these.
Yeah, I come up with a different rating system each week, and this week I came up with thumbs up, thumbs down. So we'll see how that goes. It was new and unique.
Oh man, that's so funny. Oh, that's
And what
great.
did you listen to?
I listened to an album called No Control by the band Bad Religion.
What a great album. Do you
It
want to go
is.
first, or should I go first? I think last week you went first, but
Yeah, but you've gone first quite a few times.
so you wanna
I'll
go
just-
again?
I'll just go first. Yeah.
all right.
Okay, so this album called is No Control by Bad Religion. It was at any rate it was released in '89.
Woo, that's old.
Yeah, it's definitely an older album. So I guess keep that in mind. So there are a couple things that I wanted to say about this album
Like what?
before I started talking about all the songs. So first of all, I like all the songs. They're all great. And every single song but one is super fast, like super fast punk rock. And they all kind of have like the same type of melodic phrasing structure,
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
like that.
Great structure, you mean?
Yeah, it's good. And all the lyrics are super dense
Well, why are they dense?
because the lead singer, what's his name?
Greg Graffin is the lead singer, but Brett Gurewitz, he's the other half of the songwriting duo, so he's also a well-learned man.
Yeah, they're both really well learned. Greg
Graffin.
Graffin, Greg Graffin has a PhD in anthropology or something like that, and
And he I can't remember if
Yeah,
he got it
he's
from
like
Cornell
a-
or Stanford, but he either got his PhD from Cornell or Stanford, and he also teaches at either Cornell or Stanford. I get them mixed up.
yeah. So he's a very smart dude. And so literally I had to stop listening to the songs whenever I was taking my notes and look up some of the words because they're just ridiculous.
Yeah,
So,
like here's one word I remember from the album: conflagration.
yeah. Yeah, I think I wrote some down.
They like to use words like conflagration, ubiquitous, atomic tons, sequestering. They use big words that I would never know
Yeah.
unless they said them.
Yep, and so that's why I thought it was super interesting. Like whenever I think about Bad Religion, because like
You don't
all
think
their
of
lyrics
Booksmart?
are. Well, I mean, no, I do.
But when you think of
But-
like punk rock, you don't think of Booksmarts.
Exactly, yeah. So I thought it was very interesting that they used like the because I feel like they're using the backdrop like of punk rock to get their message across. Like
Yeah.
like they're using like the really fast, like really like catchy, like music, but really it's all about the words for them.
Correct. And the ways that they're book smarts, I'd say they're also street smarts because they grew up in the age of like that early punk scene, that rough, hardcore like LA punk scene.
They were based in California, right?
Yeah,
Or they are.
Remember how No Effects talked about it in the book?
Yeah.
Like they were one of the bands doing it,
Oh yeah, because Fat Mike talked about like
listening
like
to
like really liking
Suffering.
Bad Religion.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll tell you what I think about these songs, but just know that they're very dense, and I do not claim to know exactly what he's saying in these songs. That's all I wanted to say before. So the first song, track number 1, is called "Change of Ideas."
Ooh, good one.
Yeah, it's a very short song. It's 55 seconds long. And it seems like kind of a good way to start off the album. He basically just says like there are all these theories, all these prophecies that are currently at work in our world, and we need a change of ideas. Like, we need to get new ideas about how life works. It kind of seems like that's what he's always saying, really.
Change of ideas, change of ideas. What we need now is a change of ideas. Since you haven't mentioned on it, I want to just say,
Okay.
You might mention it later, so forgive me if I'm still.
Oh, yeah, wait. Oh, I didn't write it down, but the harmonies are amazing.
Not just any harmonies, but they've got like 3-part harmonies and stuff going on.
Yeah, like super thick harmonies.
Yeah, so when was the last time you heard 3-part harmonies in like old punk songs?
I don't know.
Or many of any punk songs, yeah.
Or many of any music in general.
Every once in a while you hear like a regular like secondary harmony
Third
coming
or
in.
whatever, yeah.
But to have like at least a 3-part harmony going on in the background, woo!
For like the whole chorus.
That's unusual,
like, all
yeah.
the time. Yeah.
That was kind of one of the things that Bad Religion is known for, and that they kind of... I don't think they introduced it, but they definitely perfected it.
Well, they definitely did introduce 3-part harmonies.
No, to punk rock.
Right.
To kind of...
rock, yeah. So that was Change of Ideas. I gave that 4.5 out of 5.
Good rating.
I would
feel
give
like
it
most songs are going to be at least that or higher.
Yeah.
I love this album.
The lowest I gave was 4. So...
That'll do, pig.
The next song is called Big Bang. This, I believe this is a song about how he doesn't really like religion. And obviously with a name like Bad Religion, they don't particularly like religion.
This is correct.
Or believe in any type of religion.
Yes, that is something that probably is a good thing to touch upon since with the name like Bad Religion.
True.
This is only because I've seen a lot of interviews and read a lot of stuff. When they were starting a band back in 1980, when they formed, they came up with the name Bad Religion because they wanted to piss their parents off.
Really?
Yeah. So I mean, essentially that's what it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, they are not a religious band, and they'll talk about it. But I've seen interviews from the singer, and he said he's got friends who are Christians, and he's got no problem with it. He's not like hostile toward it.
Yeah.
Nothing against it. It's just he doesn't believe in it.
Yeah. But yeah, I kind of get that out of this album though.
Which is not uncommon in the punk rock world.
No, definitely not. But it's nice to see that he's like open to having a discussion about it.
He's an academic. Of course he's open to discussions.
Yeah, of course. But anyway, this song is called Big Bang.
Big Bang, Big Crunch, you know there's no free lunch.
Yeah. Kneel down and pray, there's going to be a judgment day. Yeah. At the end of, or halfway through this song, there's a super nice key change. Or it might not be a key change, but it's like a half step up key change. It's super nice.
What's next?
Well, first of all, I gave that song a 4 out of 5. I couldn't give them all 4.5s out of 5s.
I'd give this one a 5 out of 5 because it's just so fast and awesome and catchy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next song, track number 3, is called No Control.
Oh, if this isn't a 5 out of 5 for you, then I'm just gonna... I don't know what to believe in. What'd you give it?
If I went by your rating system, I would give it 2 thumbs up.
Yes. So 2 thumbs up translates to 5 out of 5.
Yes, exactly. The theme of the whole album is...
The overarching theme?
The overarching theme.
Which is why they titled the album so.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But sometimes bands title albums that don't mean anything.
Exactly.
So the song No Control is basically a song saying that we don't really have control over anything in life, really.
Everything's random.
Everything's random. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like a really...
Which is a theme that comes around a lot in not only punk rock, but a lot of mainstream, a lot of... Well, not even mainstream, just a lot of music in general, a lot of movies. It's a very pop culture centered theme.
Like the Coen Brothers.
Yes, very much Coen Brothers.
Yeah.
And it's not something that I agree with, per se. But I've heard the theme so many times that I'm not surprised.
Yeah. And, like, for me, I completely understand the theme because, like, or completely understand that idea.
Yeah, growing up in this culture, it's just...
Because there's, I mean, now that we, like, have the internet and everything, we can see, like, so many things that are happening around the world.
Oh my gosh, Brad Pitt's no longer with Angelina? What?
I have no control in life. I can't do anything about it.
I know. If I could get Brangelina back together, I would.
I wouldn't.
So I would, so quick. You don't even know.
Brad Pitt needs to roam free.
Come now.
I'm just kidding. I have no idea.
What is Brangelina without Brad Pitt?
Nothing.
No, it's Angelina.
And on that note, I'll tell you the joke the Game Grumps said.
Oh my gosh. Let's just keep on with No Control.
So a jumper cable walks into a bar.
This is so terrible already. But I
really
actually
bad.
like where it's going. But
It's really bad, but it's supposed to be like a dad joke.
I love dad jokes.
So a jumper cable walks into the bar,
Yeah?
sits down, And the bartender says, "I'll serve you a drink as long as you don't start anything." Get it?
Yep, I get it. That is so bad.
I know. Anyway,
But it would have been like more hilarious if the bartender says, "Yeah, but I'm gonna have to charge you for it." How's that for a punchline?
That'd be
I like
pretty
that better.
funny, yeah.
I like that better. But
Yeah.
my goodness, is this song catchy?
yeah,
I'm gonna say this is probably my favorite song on the album.
it might be mine as well.
Yeah, it's probably one of their most popular. Not their most, but it's up there. I think if
Is
you
it
see
up
them
there?
live, they're probably gonna play
probably
this
gonna
one.
play
Yeah,
it.
I think it's generally a staple of their live performance.
Yeah. I wrote down for this song that it has great harmonies.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome harmonies. So on
And he uses big words, but yeah.
Yes, he does. He uses very big words.
So the next song,
Next song is called "Sometimes I Feel Like."
do. Now, why did I do that?
Because that's the drum part.
Yeah. But the guitars come in between each digga digga digga. Am I right or am I right?
I believe you're right.
Oh, I know I'm right.
There's a really cool guitar effect that they use in this.
What is it?
They go, "Sometimes I feel like," and then it's like, wow, it's like some type
some
of
flange
some
or
type
some
of like
type of
flange or phaser,
Some type of phaser effect or
like
flange.
a mix of flange, phaser, reverb, like a whole bunch.
And it's
of
not
stuff.
like that cheesy sounding one that's way like too
Yeah.
present. You can just it's enough to tell that it's there.
And it's almost like what he's doing is just placing his
What
finger.
about for people who don't know what flange or phaser is? How would you explain that? It kind of sounds like the guitar's going like
Yeah. But nevertheless, it is a very thick sound, and it almost sounds like he's just placing his finger on the guitar and just going like up and down the neck with one of his fingers going.
He could be. He could be too. He probably is.
Yeah.
Reminds me of Billy Idol on White Wedding.
White Wedding.
But you know, at the very beginning,
No, but
he does it.
I
He
can-
literally goes up and down the guitar neck with his finger.
I can imagine.
If any of you know the song White Wedding, or if you don't know it, look it up. It's literally the first 5 seconds is just the sound.
Or you could look up the song "Sometimes I Feel Like" and listen to the cool guitar part.
Either way, how about this? I will post a video of White Wedding underneath this on our website.
Okay.
Speaking of which, we have done a bad job of talking about this. But yes, we post the songs on SoundCloud. We're going to put them on our Facebook page, but please visit our website at brewsandtunespodcast.com. We put up every episode, and that's where all the bonus content is.
Yeah.
That's where we put all the links, all the pictures, all the goodies, and all the fun stuff.
All the things that you never knew you wanted until right now.
Yeah. brewsandtunespodcast.com.
Yep.
And it's Brews and Tunes
Not
Podcast.
Tunes.
It's brewsandtunespodcast.com.
Yep.
Check out the website. I think you guys will dig it.
I gave this song 4 out of 5.
Good rating.
It seemed like this song was kind of about like going insane in a way, but insane might not be the right word.
Yeah.
But it's something like that.
All right. What about the next song?
The next song, gotta turn
Why
my
don't you
page
flip it
here.
a page? Flip it a page.
The next song.
Flip it a page, man. Why don't you flip it a page, man?
Oh my gosh.
Slap it a BS, man.
Are you the shrunken head in Harry Potter 3?
You haven't seen I Love You Man yet, have you?
No.
Ah.
I mean, I know the slap at the bass
Slap it a
line.
BS, man.
I know that
Slap
line.
it a BS, man.
Anyway, track number 5 is called "Automatic Man."
The Automatic Man.
Yeah, I love
Sorry.
this song.
It's a great song.
I give this song 5 out of 5 as well.
Wow,
And
I don't know if I'd give it a 5 out of 5, but obviously it's a great song. But
I just like it.
fair enough.
I just really like it. And this is also the first time you hear that where they do like a break, like a pause, and then come back in with the "Automatic Man." This kind of describes like the modern man as like a superhero.
Like the Ubermensch.
Definitely not like the Ubermensch. So I wrote down a lyric from this, and basically like this song is about how the modern man like just kind of like describing the modern man and also describing just like modern life in general. And one of the quotes, one of the lyrics that I really liked from this song says, "His opinions are determined by the status quo." So like he's talking about the modern man and how like he doesn't really have an opinion, like a real opinion about anything. He just like goes with what everybody else is thinking, and he's like making him out to be like this superhero. He says like,
Just
"You must
conform-
have seen him in the books and magazines." And then this is the first song where
Nice belch.
there's
Solid one.
they go through, and it's like kind of at like the 3/4 of the way through the song, and there's like a nice pause, and then they go back into the quote unquote chorus where they just kind of sing "Automatic Man," and there's like a nice pause, and you're like, "The Automatic Man." And it's
That was a nice pause there too.
right,
Yeah.
but so I give that song a 5 out of 5. It's a great song.
The next song?
Track 6 is called "I Want to Conquer the World."
And if this song's not 5 out of 5, then I don't know what to do with my life. And of course, he's pointing to it, and it's a 5 out of 5.
It's 5 out of 5, yeah.
I really, really like this song.
So this song, I believe what he's saying is that one thing, i.e., like religion, science, diplomacy, like government, can't give people true peace.
Yeah.
And then what he's saying in this song is that he wants to conquer the world and give all the idiots a brand new religion.
Yeah.
To give them true peace in a way.
But if he's saying all these people are wrong, what makes him right?
Exactly, but
I know, it's
it's
just me playing
yeah.
devil's advocate right now. He's got the lyrics up.
I wrote down, read some of the lyrics.
Okay,
because
so just
they're
read
all,
you some lyrics. Here's a lyrics reading session.
Yeah, exactly.
We're in the poetry shop.
Yep. Snaps for me,
Finger
please.
snaps for Jesse.
Snaps for me, please. Bring out your snaps.
Bring out your snaps.
No, stop
I'm not snapped yet.
Stop it.
If any of you get that reference, you guys are my best friends then.
So the first lyrics are,
I'm not snapped yet. I'm sorry.
if you haven't snapped yet. I'm not snapped yet.
I'm not snapped yet. We should get a t-shirt that says that.
All right.
I know.
So, hey, brother Christian, with your high and mighty errand, your actions speak so loud I can't hear a word you're saying. Hey, sister, bleeding heart, with all of your compassion, your labors soothe the hurt, but can't assuage temptation. And assuage basically means crap, I can't remember now. Assuage like
calm down, or dissipate,
calm,
get rid of.
calm a temptation. Yeah.
Get rid of. We'll just say get rid of.
Yeah, so like I said, religion, science, like diplomacy. Then the next line is, hey, man of science, with your perfect rules of measure, can you improve this place
with the data that you gather?
Yes, with the data that you gather. Hey, Mother Mercy, can your loins bear fruit forever? Is your
big comedy a
no?
Is your
fecundity a trammel or a treasure?
Oh, I've misdone that word for a long time then.
And fecundity means fertility, essentially.
Whoa. Trammel or a treasure? Wow.
A trammel, I believe trammel just means something like, is it a hindrance or bad?
So, just literally based on those lyrics that you read, obviously you can't hear those words and know exactly what he's saying unless you pull up a dictionary.
Yes, literally.
But what he's saying is all of these people, like he's referencing specific
groups of beliefs,
of people, groups of beliefs. He's saying you all probably have good
ideas about
good
how to
intentions,
give
good
people
ideas,
peace.
But
can you truly give people peace?
I think that's what he's saying.
Right, and then he says, and I want to conquer the world, give all the idiots a brand new religion, put an end to poverty, uncleanliness, and toil, promote equality in all my decisions.
Yes.
With a wink of the eye and a God, you must be joking, quote unquote.
So he's saying it's not going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he said it's impossible. Even if he did conquer the world, it's not going to happen.
Yeah. Because
there's too many different people, and not everyone's going to think the same way, right?
Yeah.
And this is essentially what I'm thinking. He is too hard
honestly,
to interpret.
Who knows what he's actually
Who knows
saying?
what he's actually saying? This is what I interpret. He's
the
saying
only way we'd be able to know what he's actually saying is if
he
there was
came
an
here and told
interview.
us.
Yeah, exactly.
But he's saying all these specific groups of people who have their own ideas of how to make the world better.
It's delicious.
It's really difficult to make all those ideas come together and coexist and work together. I don't know, for lack of a better term. Individually, they aren't going to work together. They're not going to work, and so he's going to conquer the world and make it work. And in the end, he says, "There's no way."
Yeah.
So you got to learn to balance it out somehow.
But I'll just finish reading up these lyrics and then move on to the next song because I think they're pretty great. And there's also a really funny line too.
Okay.
I want to conquer the world, expose the culprits, and feed them to the children. This is the best line. I'll do away with air pollution and then I'll save the whales. We'll have peace on earth and global communion. Then I want to conquer the world again. So
great song.
It's a super good song. I mean,
super catchy. Great guitar solo. Great drum. It's all around well done song.
It's just a great song. Anyway,
Next song.
Next song is called Sanity. And this is the slowest song. This is the only slow song all the way through.
And I would even call it like a slow mid-tempo song. I wouldn't even call it like a slow
it's
song. But compared to every single thing... Compared to everything else on the album, it's really slow. But compared to music in general, it's like a slow mid-tempo song. What do you say about this, though?
I said this song seems like a song about trying to stay sane in the world, essentially. Well, I think he says, and sanity.
Does he say that?
But the way he says it, though, it sounds like
he says insanity.
It sounds like he's saying insanity. He talks about things that he believes are fundamental in life.
Like what? Food?
Like confusion is a fundamental state of mind.
Well, food's a fundamental state of my diet. I'm just being difficult.
Yes, you are. Playing the devil's advocate, cum dab.
Whatever that means.
Per usual.
Keanu Reeves style is what you meant to say.
Back to the next song, track 8. Henchman. It's only 1 minute and like 7 seconds long, but it's just so good. And essentially, the song is about not being somebody's henchman. Basically. So like it's saying like be an individual, like figure out what you believe and stick to it, and like don't follow the status quo. Well, first of all, it starts off really fast, and then it kind of goes into like a weird, like it slows down, but it goes into double time.
Yes.
But he says, "And what good advice have I got for you?" And then it goes into the halftime double time. He's like, "Don't be a henchman. Stand on your laurels." Which are like all your achievements. I like to look up laurels too. At first I looked up laurels and it said like green shrubbery. Yeah, and I was like, that's not what he's saying.
We have lots of laurels in Pennsylvania. So
yes. But then I looked it up further and he said it's basically like your achievements. So essentially like be proud of what you've done and like stand by who you are and don't be a henchman.
Exactly.
So it's a very, very short song, but it's awesome. The next song, It Must Look Pretty Appealing.
Oh, good song.
I gave that 5 out of... I gave Henchman 5 out of 5, and I gave track 9 5 out of 5 as well.
So 2 5 out of 5s in a row.
So this song is called It Must Look Pretty Appealing. And it's essentially... What I got out of it is a song about looking at other people's lives and realizing that they're kind of living awesome lives. And then you being like, man, I wish I could live like a life like that, but then not doing anything to change how you live.
The grass always looks greener, but when you're in that situation, is it?
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's kind of the point of this song, is that
the point is, grass can only get so green. I'm telling you, get yourself a grass-colored crayon. That color doesn't change, my brother. So Jesse's laughing because he doesn't get my reference.
I don't. It's just weird.
I just made it up right now. It's not a reference to anything. Oh. So we should make that into a t-shirt. Get yourself a grass-colored crayon.
That's as green as it's ever going to get.
Yep. Oh, goodness gracious.
So
let's move on to the next song.
That's 2 t-shirts for tonight.
That's 2 t-shirts for the night, yes. If you get to our Facebook page and recommend a t-shirt, we will 100% seriously consider making that t-shirt. Yeah. I'll think of t-shirts until there are no t-shirts left.
Yeah. I'm gonna move on now.
Yeah, move on.
Okay. Track 10 is called You. There's a really, really good song. I gave it 5 out of 5.
Another staple to the live performance.
Yeah. It's definitely a commentary on religion, I would say. But it's really interesting, and this is why at the beginning of the time I was talking about this, I said that like he definitely wants like a conversation about religion. Like he just doesn't want to hate on it.
Exactly.
He definitely wants to be able to like actually talk about it with people. Because there's one lyric in this song that I'm like almost 100% sure is a reference to a Beatles song.
That's a bold statement.
It has to be. He uses the same melody, the same words.
So what's the actual lyric?
The lyric is, "There's no time for fussing or fighting, my friend."
I'm trying to think of a Beatles song where he says that.
You don't remember? Well, let me.
Off the top of my head, I don't remember it.
Let me tell you, it's the try to see it my way.
Oh, we can work
Only
it out?
time will tell if I am right or I am wrong. And then on like the bridge, then on the bridge is like, life is very short and there's no time for fussing and fighting, my friend.
Oh, yeah.
And he uses that same exact melody.
Fighting, my friend.
He uses that same exact melody in this song.
Okay.
And so, in the context of what he's saying in this song, that song definitely makes sense. Like try to see it my way. Only time will tell if I'm right or wrong. Like, I'll just take that lyric and say that that's what he's saying with this song.
Okay, I like that. That's interesting.
So the commentary on religion. So like in the song, he says you painted my entire world. So like painted. So like made it the way it is. And then he also says, and I
don't have the turpentine to clean what you have soiled.
Yeah. If you listen to the song, look up that Beatles song too, and I'm almost 100% sure that it is.
I've never thought about the song that way
referencing
before,
this.
so that kind of puts a really
it
different
has
spin
to be
for
referencing
me.
it. But anyway, I give that a 5 out of 5. I'll take note. I'll go through these last ones quick because we gotta get to OK Computer as well. This song is
Progress starts off kind of so like.
Yeah. It starts off slow, but then within 30 seconds it goes fast.
Less than 30 seconds.
Yeah.
It starts off and you think it's gonna be another slow song because it's like dun, 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 dun. And you think you're like, ooh, not a fast punk song.
But then they go into it.
Then they get real fast.
Yep. I gave this song 5 out of 5 as well. And I'll just say one line that kind of sums up what this song is about. I say that progress is a synonym of time. We are all aware of it, but it's nothing we refine. That's pretty much the message of that song.
So he's saying
progress is
pointless?
relevant, but it's pointless. This song is called "I Want Something More." Super good song. I gave it a 4 out of 5. It's only 47 seconds long. It's super good though.
And there is a literal pause where they stop it, where it's like, "I want something more. I want something." And then the actual song itself cuts out.
But something is cut off in a weird way. It's like something.
And so it cuts off almost like if you're listening to a cassette tape that wasn't recorded correctly. It sounds like someone actually went into your cassette tape, scraped off a
portion of it.
Yeah, or scratched your CD or whatever.
Yeah.
Or I guess since in today's society we all do files. Corrupted your MP3 at one section. I don't know. And you wait maybe 3 seconds tops, right?
4 seconds.
4 seconds, and then it comes in with a 3-part harmony. The rest of the band, more.
Yeah, so he's like, I want something more.
You came up to me and you're like, I think I don't have my version of this album got ruined. I think something happened to this song. Is this how it's supposed to sound?
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, what are you talking about? And you showed it to me. I was like, yeah, that's how it's supposed to sound. Yeah.
Because I downloaded it off of Google Play, and so I was like, oh crap, maybe my file got it didn't download this song properly. Anyway, I gave that song 4 out of 5. It's super good, but I wish it was longer.
Word.
That's the reason I gave it 4 out of 5. The next song is called Anxiety. It's kind of like a song talking about how you can't really live life without being anxious about something. He says the foundation of society is anxiety. So it rhymes, first of all.
Society, anxiety.
Yeah, so essentially it says the foundation of society is anxiety. Because normally what pushes people to do more is the anxiety of something bad that's going to happen to you or someone else that you love or something like that, or the human race. And so thus that pushes people into making, new technologies, making the car, making the airplane, whatever else you want to say. The anxiety of not being able to progress, or not being able to save a life, or not being able to, save your loved ones is what pushes the world forward. So that's why he says the foundation for society, the foundation for our culture, the foundation for progress is anxiety. I gave that one 4.5 out of 5, though. I'm sure you probably would have given that one 5 out of 5, though.
Nah, you know me. I like the fast songs.
Maybe 1.5 thumbs up.
Oh, come on.
Anyway, the next song, track 14,
Yes.
Second to last is called Billy. I'm going to go through this pretty quick. Basically, this song is about a guy who essentially wasted his life. Just going to your 9 to 5, doing whatever, just kind of, wasting your days doing some stuff that doesn't really mean much.
Boring stuff.
Yeah, which, we're all kind of guilty of that. Like, I've wasted days away before, but
Yes.
so there's this life that's kind of wasted, but, like, there's no justice for that person after. And it's a kind of a depressing song. I gave it 4 to 5.
That's really catchy, though, isn't it?
It's a very catchy song.
Billy was a
Yeah. It's a very, very good song.
Onwards.
But onwards. Last track number 15. It's called "The World Won't Stop."
Without you.
The title says it all, is what I wrote down. The main lyric in this is, "The world won't stop without you." So it harkens back to this theme of no control. Like, you have no control what happens in the world, really. But that is kind of a good way to end the album, too, though, because it kind of harkens back to this idea that even though at the beginning of the album he said, we need new ideas, like, we need a new way of thinking, at the end he says, but really the world's going to go on without me.
Regardless.
And, of course, this is all just my interpretation of it. I have no idea what he actually said about this album.
So let's get an overall.
Overall, I gave this album a 4.75 out of 5. Super dense. There's a lot of big words, but the theme of no control is very evident throughout the entire album. And I actually really, really like that. So although all the music is very kind of similar in general, like, listening to the words, though, is really nice for this album. So yeah, 4.75 out of 5.
I think I'd actually agree with you there. I'd give it a 4.75.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'd say this is my favorite Bad Religion album. They have an album called Stranger Than Fiction. Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
That's another one. I almost recommend
Does that have, which one does that have on it?
21st Century Digital Boy, Infected. You'd know those two songs.
Which one has Suffer on it? Suffer?
Suffer. It's called
Okay.
Suffer, yeah.
Forgot about that.
But check out more of their albums to you listeners if you haven't had them before.
I'm probably going to check them out, too.
I have all their albums. I'll let you listen to some, dude.
Anyway.
So on to my album, right?
So this episode might go a little bit long.
So you maybe listened to what album again? Because I don't remember.
It is by a band called Radiohead.
I know, I remembered. I just wanted you to say it.
It's called OK Computer.
Yes, this is correct. So let me start
It's almost like saying, "Okay, Google."
Oh, come on. I was literally going to reference
Oh,
that
really?
later. Yes.
Oh, crap. Sorry.
So
I'm sorry.
this album came out in 1997, so it, again, is an old album.
20 years old.
Funny thing, up until yesterday, I did not know that Radiohead was from England.
Yeah.
They're a British band.
Yep.
I thought they were American.
Yes, they are from England.
Yeah. So before I ever listened to this album, I only knew one song by Radiohead called Creep.
That's
Right.
probably the song that most people know by them.
And I'm trying to think. I think the first time I heard it was probably when I was either in middle school or high school on VH1's Top Songs of the 90s.
Okay, yeah.
And they picked Creep by Radiohead. And the thing I remember specifically about this was they said this song was phenomenal, great, but the band itself did not like the song and did not want to play it live.
Yeah.
And when I thought about that, I was like, what the heck? If I was a band and my song was popular, I'd play that song live till I died. Right?
Yeah.
Like, you think about that. But then, when I listened to this album, OK Computer, it made sense.
Yeah. Yep.
The song Creep reminds me of Creed. It reminds me of Pearl Jam, Stone Temple Pilots, that 90s grungy sound.
rock, yeah.
And Radiohead is anything but grunge. And so for them, like, if I put myself in their shoes, they're known for a grungy sounding song when they're not a grunge band.
Yeah.
So
That's kind of like a fluke.
yes, it literally is a fluke. But OK Computer, based on my research, was their first album that kind of broke the mold for them. Because they were, obviously, Creep had already happened. They had another album afterwards.
Yeah.
And so...
What was that, the Bends?
Yes, the Bends.
Yeah.
They were known for that sound. In this album, they purposefully, and this is not my quote, they wanted to go for atmospheric shock. That's what they said. And they hearkened it to Pet Sounds by the Beach Boys.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Not as like they wanted it to be like that big thing, but kind of like different, not what you expect. 'Cause
Right.
for all of you who don't know much about Pet Sounds by the Beach Boys, in my opinion, that is their best album. They went from like Surfin' USA, that type of song, to
Beach rock.
Yeah, the classic beach rock, to songs like "Wouldn't It Be Nice."
Yeah, I love that song.
It's a great song, isn't it?
I don't have to wait so long.
But sonically, that album, instead of having like 2 guitars, a bass, and a drum, they've got timpanis,
A lot of instruments, yeah.
cellos, mandolins, every single instrument you can imagine.
It still
under
has the
sun.
really nice harmonies that they had
Beach
before.
Boys are known for those harmonies, but
Oh, yeah.
nobody expected that sound out of the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
Nice belch. And so that's what I'm saying. No one would expect this sound out of Radiohead.
Out of Radiohead, okay, yeah. That makes sense.
And based on my research, of Wikipedia, you know what? Forget it. Wikipedia is reliable now. I don't care what you say.
I would say it probably is, yeah.
For the most part.
They have a lot of people checking them.
Yes,
checking
they
up
do.
on it.
And so this album, most people like kind of had that expectation. And when they turned this album into the record company did not think it was commercially viable.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting. Wow, that makes this album
And this
so much
is
better.
this came out in '97, and it was widely and still considered their greatest accomplishment ever.
Yeah,
And they've had good albums since, correct?
Yeah, definitely. Some people, I believe, would consider this like one of the best albums of all time.
Yes, not even in their catalog, but of all
just
time.
of all time.
Yeah. Agreed. All right, so let's delve in.
Like alongside London Calling and
And
a whole
Enema of the
bunch
State.
more. Yeah. Yes.
And
Enema of the
Blink-182,
State. Yep.
All right.
Yeah, let's delve in.
So the first song is called Airbag, and
So just again, keep in mind this is from '97.
this is not a new album. 20
Yeah.
years old at this point. We're in 2017. This album is 20 years old.
Whenever I first heard this album, I could have thought that it was from current.
Because everything
it was
that he
current.
says is relevant. It sounds like he's commenting on today's society. Correct?
Yeah.
Yes. So the first song, Airbag. What do you have to say about the song other than it's a great opener? It starts out with this guitar tone, like a heavy distorted guitar tone, which kind of sets I wouldn't say the tone for the album, but it sets a tone. Am I right? But it also has this weird looped drum feel, kind of. You know what I mean? Yes, it 100% loop drum, which is not a bad thing by any means, but that gives it more of a mechanical feel as opposed to a acoustically played drum set by a
and
drummer.
That's probably what they're going for.
I assume that by hearing everything from this band, they meant to do this. They wanted that sound.
Oh yeah,
That's what they
everything
went
is
for.
very intentional.
One of the things I noticed about this song was the chorus. I listened to this song for a long, long time, and I had absolutely no idea what he said until I brought up the lyrics.
Yeah.
And what he says is, an interstellar burst, I'm back to save the universe. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
If I did not pull those lyrics up, I promise you 100% I would never know that's what he said.
Yeah.
He kind of... It's
Kind of like.
Would you say mumble?
Like mumbles or muddles his words purposely.
And now that I know that they're British, do you think that has something to do with it?
Maybe.
In the verses, he kind of brings back the "Am I Born Again" lyric a bunch of times,
Mm-hmm.
and that the seatbelt saved your life, the airbag saved your life, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So my guess is, and I read this somewhere. I don't know how true this is. Someone said that he actually was in a car accident a decade before this album came out.
I have no idea.
And an airbag saved his life. Whether that's true, I don't know.
Right.
But what I imagine is if I'm in a car accident and an airbag saves my life, I'm going to have a new look on all of life.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm going to have I don't want to say born again, but I've got a new lease on life, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that's what he's saying. I don't know. What do you think about this song?
Well, I like
Killer.
I like the whole album.
Yeah,
So-
but whatever. Here's what I give this song: 2 thumbs up.
Gosh.
And if you look at the picture,
Yeah.
Those are
What
two
is that in the
thumbs.
What is that in the middle?
it's nothing. It's scratched out. Trust me.
What is it though? What was it? Okay.
All right, next song. The next song is "Paranoid Android." So, Jesse's laughing because the ratings I gave these.
pictures.
The ratings.
See, one of the first things it was check marks.
Jesse's getting mad because I rate albums differently
You
every
have
week.
to have a consistent.
Do you know what I say about consistencies?
do it.
Forget consistency. Live your own life. Here's
That's hilarious.
why.
I just wasn't expecting two fists with thumbs up or down.
He's laughing
Tonight.
because right next to my descriptions of the songs, I literally drew pictures of thumbs
drew
up or down.
fists, just either up or down.
How about this?
Or neutral.
How about this? If this does not get you to go to our website, I don't know what will. I will post a picture of my ratings on the website for you to look at this, okay?
This is too funny. All right, let's keep going.
All right. So for this song, Paranoid Android, this
right.
song is almost 7 minutes long.
6 minutes and 47 seconds long.
So it's almost 7 minutes long.
exactly 13 seconds away.
For the pop song, this is too long. Am I right?
It's not supposed to be a pop song.
But I'm saying, for a pop song, this is too long.
Yeah,
correct?
but why are you comparing it to a pop song?
I'm just saying. I'm not comparing. I'm just saying.
Okay.
If it
So
was a pop
if you're
song,
saying conventionally a pop song is like 3 minutes and 30 seconds, yes,
that's what I'm saying.
this is too long. But
Yes.
it's not a pop
But-
song though.
This song has what I would say 3 different sections.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The first section is that arpeggiated acoustic section, right?
Mm.
Where he's kind of like, I don't know, acoustic arpeggios. What would you say about that? Like it's the intro of the song.
Yeah.
And it's got the really catchy melody. But then the next section is the one, and again, he plays it on acoustic guitar at first,
Yeah.
but it comes back on
It
electric.
comes back in the bass guitar and also in the
Do
electric.
do 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 do. That's section 2. Section 2, which is completely different from section 1 with the arpeggio guitars.
Well, he takes the bridge section into a
But-
whole new level.
Disregard that for now.
Okay.
It's a different section, correct?
It's the B section.
Yes, but then there's a C section.
Yeah.
Oh,
not
that
C
sounds
section.
weird. That sounds weird.
Section C.
Yes.
The third section, which is titled C.
Not a C section.
Not a C section.
Section
C.
I did not think about that until I said that.
Section C.
And I would classify that as the ooh section,
The ooh section?
where the vocalists come in ooh.
Okay.
You know what I mean? A bunch of vocalists, a lot of harmonies.
Ba-da-da-da-da.
And then after that section,
I mean, yeah.
they come in with the B section
That's
again,
debatable.
correct?
That's debatable. It's more like B prime.
Whatever. But you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
There are 3 different specific music chunks that come in this song.
Yes.
And I think it's... I can't think this for myself. I read this online. They were trying to harken it to like Bohemian Rhapsody, having different sections of songs, different sonic structures, different motifs. You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't know about hearkening it to Bohemian Rhapsody, but
I know, that's a stretch, but that's what I read.
just in general, they're taking musical form to a different level that rock isn't used to. That's
yeah,
all I would say.
Yeah, exactly.
But
But they've got
then
3 different sections in the song, at least 3, maybe more. But whatever. But
then
there's one thing I want to touch on first.
Okay.
He sings a line, and then this computer voice comes in, like a monotonous computer voice, and it says, "I may be paranoid, but I'm not an android." And when I think of that, I'm like, well, you are a computer. Here's how it sounds.
Again,
I may be paranoid, but I'm not an android.
and again, this is 97, so I don't know when Android phones were launched, but I don't think it was in 97.
He's not talking about Android phones, but he's
Exactly,
talking about
but like-
computers. Like,
But like people nowadays would probably hear that and say
Dragon Ball Z
Android.
androids.
Oh,
Computers.
Dragon Ball Z
Computers.
androids. Okay, yeah.
And so he's
Gotcha.
talking about that, obviously. Obviously.
Obviously, he's talking about Dragon Ball Z.
But to have a computer robotic voice to come in and say,
Talking,
I
yeah.
may be paranoid, but I'm not an android. There's a reason he made that come in with the computer voice.
Yeah.
Because he's trying to say, no, it's not true.
Yeah.
This is an android.
Yeah.
But anyways, I gave the song 1 thumb up.
I don't know how you could get that 1 thumb up. I'll give
1 thumb up here in my
it 2
book.
thumbs up.
No.
Way up. 2 thumbs way
No.
up, I'll
Shut
say.
your mouth. Because 1 thumb up is good in my book. 1 thumb up is I will listen to this song again. Wait for my ratings later.
Oh, okay. So wait, no thumbs up is like halfway.
Average. They're thumbs down also. Remember that.
Okay, yeah.
All right, so let's move on to
This
song
is a
number
more
3.
complex rating system than I thought.
I told you. You thought you knew what I was talking about, but you didn't. Song number 3, Subterranean Homesick Alien. Now, what could this be a reference to? I wonder.
I don't know. There's a couple things that it could be, Steve.
Why don't you enlighten them?
There's a song by Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan.
A.K.A. Robert Zimmerman.
A.K.A. Robert Zimmerman.
Robert Cinnamon. A.K.A. Wendell.
No, stop.
I know. That's from episode 2. We're hearkening back.
Stop. No. A.K.A. Robert Zimmerman from the best state in the world. From the best state in the world, Minnesota. Hibbing, Minnesota, to be exact. Mm-hmm. But he has a song called Subterranean Homesick Blues. So I'm not really sure if it's a direct reference to that or
I think it is.
But it could be.
I think it is, to be honest. Not only did I give it 2 thumbs up,
Wow.
but look, in the middle, I gave it a star.
Wow. Oh, is that what you crossed out earlier?
Yes.
Oh, you crossed out a star earlier. Okay.
I call this a recommend star.
Oh, I didn't recommend any songs.
We'll do that later.
Okay.
So this is one of the songs I recommend you listen to. Subterranean Homesick Alien.
This is a great song.
So literally, the very first time I listened to this album, this song stuck out to me because in the chorus, when he says, "I'm uptight,
Yeah.
I'm uptight," that lyric, it was just so melodically
Pleasing.
Obviously
to the ear.
pleasing. It was just something that I didn't expect to come in this song, and it happened, and it was so catchy, so drawing in. I just really loved it.
Uptight.
So
Yeah.
literally, the first thing that I loved was the melody. But once I read the lyrics and listened to what he's saying, I loved the song
Even
one
more.
kabillion times even more. That's not a real number. That's how much I loved it more.
Not 1 kajillion.
Kabillion.
1 kabillion.
Because what he's saying is essentially everyone on Earth is living this like a shallow life, right? And they're afraid to do what they want or what they feel, so they just live their casual, expected lives.
Yeah, kind of like that Bad Religion song.
Yes, but
I-
here's a twist on this song. It's all through the perspective of an alien, right?
Yeah. Yep.
He's saying like there's an alien hovering above Earth, making
Yeah.
home videos to take home.
Yeah, making old movies of
Now, see,
for the folks back home.
and here I don't like to give too many like song quotes because I don't want to dense the thing up with lyrics, but I
Right.
have to give lyrics for this song.
Okay.
He talks about people watching your feet for cracks in the pavement. So when I think of that,
Yeah.
what do you think of?
Well, like
Someone walking in their everyday life, and they're like,
it's like, oh, well.
what should they pay
don't wanna
attention
step on
to?
that.
What should they pay attention to? The ground, because nothing above, like
Matters.
nothing above the ground level matters, right? But he also says like that like these aliens are filming videos of people that lock up their spirits and drill holes in themselves, like to live in their secrets, and that's a direct quote from the song.
Yeah. Yep.
Of these people who have feelings, have emotions, have secrets, and you know what they do with them? They bury
Lock
them
them
deep
up.
because they don't think that's what society
Because
wants.
they're uptight.
Yes, they're uptight. And Tom, the singer, it's spelled Thom, but
Thom. Yeah. Tom.
Thom. Tom.
It's Tom. It's Tom.
We'll call
York,
him. You call him Tom. I'm gonna call him Thom. I know his name's Tom, but I want to call him Thom for the podcast.
Okay.
So literally, Thom. I can't do it. I can't
It's
do it
Tom.
seriously. I'm
It's
gonna call him
Tom.
Tom. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Tom. Yeah.
He's saying he wants to be abducted by these aliens,
Yeah.
so he can see the people for who they really are and live that way. How deep is that?
That's pretty crazy. It's just as deep as that Bad Religion song.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I did not expect this until I read the lyrics, and I was
Right.
just like, "Whoa, whoa!"
Yeah, definitely.
And so that's why I gave it 2 songs and or 2 thumbs up and a recommendation.
And a star.
Well, that star is a recommendation.
Okay. Yeah.
Next song,
Yes. Next song.
which is song number 4, which is called "Exit Song" in parentheses for a film.
One of my favorite songs musically.
Really? Mm-hmm. Why?
Well, I'll tell you why.
Do you want to tell me why, or should I explain
just
first?
keep explaining, and then I'll tell you why.
Okay. And based on my research, this song was literally written for the movie Romeo plus Juliet. Do you know that movie?
No.
I cannot remember who it was directed by, but Leonardo DiCaprio played Romeo.
Okay,
Yay, nay.
yeah.
And so it was set in modern times. Like instead of drinking poison, they shot each other in the head or something like that.
Oh, that's weird.
It's weird and contemporary.
I didn't know that.
But I read somewhere that the director came to them and asked for a song and showed them the last 30 minutes of the film. So they wrote this song. And when you think of the last portion of Romeo and Juliet, it's depressing, it's suicide,
This
hopelessness.
Song is kind of depressing.
And yes, this song is... it's so melancholy sounding, but it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
But when it like comes to the chorus, when it comes to like the full music portion, like there's this droning sound that I can't tell if it's an instrument or a choir. You know what I mean? It's just like this oh, and I cannot tell. But it starts off just acoustic and vocals until this big climactic portion where the drums come in and the rest of the music comes in, and it's just glorious when he comes in shooting up the octave.
That's
right?
the reason why I like it so much.
Well,
it's because all this tension is building, and like from the beginning, this tension is building.
It starts off, like Jesse's saying,
is just building.
Guitar and vocal only, right?
Yeah.
And then they add a couple instruments.
Yep.
They add some sonic effects, and then by the climax of the song, drums, some distorted bass, everything,
and then
more instruments.
There's this complete tension within the music, and then it all resolves, and it just sounds beautiful. That's the reason that I really like it, is because of that climax.
That's why I liked it. Mm-hmm. But because nothing else made me like it, 1 thumb up.
Okay.
Which is still a good rating, actually. That means I liked it.
Yeah.
But on to number 5, which is called Let Down. And bam! This is my favorite song on the album. The first time I listened to this album, it was my favorite. The last time I listened to it, still my favorite. This song is phenomenal. It's melodically masterful. And here's what I wrote. A rewarding treat for the ears, if not for the soul.
Nice.
And I read a lot of interviews, and so this isn't random like internet research where it's guessing. These are what they said about it. The singer talked about sentimentality and emotions and how they can be created nice, only to reveal themselves as hollow and empty. Yeah. So what do you think about that?
I mean, I think it seems like a very true statement.
And see, they talked about like when you think about sentimentality, like being sentimental.
Yeah.
You think of maybe like one memory, right?
Well, yeah, you think of memories,
and then you create an artificial emotion around that. I think that's what he's saying.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
I don't agree with it. I don't agree with that at all.
I mean, you think of memories. Well, this is just a certain one way of looking at it.
Yes, I don't look at it the same way he does. So not that I don't agree with it. I just look at it differently.
Because like whenever I think about memories, like for instance, the Frank Turner shows. In Louisville.
Yes.
Like we had a great time, and like I think of that fondly. But those don't feel hollow to me, though. You know?
Exactly. But I think he's saying like, when you think of a specific memory that makes you like feel sad or whatever, that sadness is just manufactured from a memory. You're not actually feeling that memory. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that definitely makes sense.
Which is kind of an interesting way to think of it, because
and
you can force yourself to feel away because of memories or sentimentals.
I slightly agree with that. Definitely.
I can see where he's coming from. I don't agree, because I think if you think of a specific moment in your life and you feel an emotion, I don't think it's manufactured. I think it's literally made for a reason.
Well, I think part of what he's saying is that you remember how you felt in that time, and now
you're not feeling it for the first time.
You're not feeling the purity of it. You're just feeling what you remember of it. And so it's not as true or as pure as it was the first time you felt it.
I did not think of that before. That makes a lot more sense.
Which is kind of how I feel about it.
That makes a lot more sense. I get you there.
It's kind of like the same thing with the grass is greener. Like
yes.
you think it's gonna at first it's the grass is greener,
yes.
but then eventually
yes,
it fades away and the grass still grows brown eventually in the winter. So,
but I don't know. This song, the message is really cool. It's the second song I would recommend. Let Down, and Another thing they said, not my guess, this is what they said, they were going for a Phil Spector Wall of Sound type song.
Yeah.
You know the Wall of Sound, like the...
Yeah.
It's just that big, awesome, like 50s, 60s...
It's a
huge instrumentation, a lot of
Yeah.
sonic like things going on.
Yeah.
Really cool song. And so that's what they were going for. And I don't know if they achieved it, in all honesty. But here's the thing. If the first time I heard the song, someone said, listen to this song, think of The Wall of Sound by Phil Spector.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd think of that.
Okay. I didn't know about the song, so
I didn't either.
I have no reference for
I
it.
didn't either. And here's the thing. Before I even saw the Phil Spector thing, I thought the song was sonically awesome. I thought it was great. There's a lot of instrumentation, a lot of layers, as with all the previous songs. I love this song. 2 thumbs up. I'd recommend it. Forget Phil Spector. Whatever. On to the next song. This song is called Karma Police. That's kind of a weird name when you think about it, right?
Yeah, I mean, just when you think about the term karma,
Yeah.
like it's just kind of strange.
Yeah. Well, when I think of karma, I think of, obviously, actions have consequences. If you do something, obviously, if it's bad, you're going to have bad consequences in the future. And so anyone who kind of relies on the karma aspect thinks that if you have, I don't know, if you act bad in accordance, something along the way in the future is going to counteract that and balance everything out. And so if you think of the karma police, if you do something bad, the karma police are going to show up and make it right. Which is kind of weird because the actual police, I wouldn't say work in that respect. Would you say?
Nah, I wouldn't say so.
But whatevs. But enough about actual karma and enough about police. The song sounds really different from the rest of the album for me. Because
It's less full.
that's what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
It's guitar and piano driven 100%. Karma police,
Arrest this man. Da, da, da.
But I gave the song 1 thumb up, which means I really liked it, but I didn't love it. Let me say what I think the best part is.
Okay, yeah, I already know what you're gonna say, but
The very end of the song, when he says, "For a minute, I lost myself,"
yeah.
and that's the outro.
For a minute there, I lost myself. I lost
Right?
myself.
How long do you think that goes on? 30 seconds at least?
More
45
than that,
seconds?
More than that, yeah.
It's this portion of the song that goes on and on and on. It is literally the best part of the song for me.
Yeah. And let me tell you about the first time that I heard this album.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Wow.
So the first time I heard this album, I was riding with one of our friends from college. His name is Brandon DeRuyter. We were going to one of our friends' weddings. His name is Micah. And whenever this song came on, I was like, whenever that part came out that we were just talking about, I was like, yeah. I was like, what a
Because
great...
you lost yourself in it, right?
Like, what a great climax to the song. It was awesome. Anyway, continue.
All right. So I gave that song 1 thumbs up, which means
Which is pretty good,
I
apparently.
really like. No, that's a good thing. That's a really good thing. I like that song a lot.
Onward to the next song,
Which is called
which I
Fitter,
think you have
Happier.
unjustly rated.
Don't judge my ratings. Here's how I rated the song: 1 thumb down.
And 1 thumb neutral.
No, that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, neutral. That means something.
Whatever. I'm gonna be salty about the song, like salt and vinegar chips, which are also gross.
Delicious.
Salt and vinegar is gross. I do not like this song. However,
Okay, however.
this song is a great commentary on society.
So why did you give it... No, never mind.
Because
Doesn't matter.
I will never sit there in my car and say, I want to play this song.
But that's not a good
Nope,
reason,
that's
though.
the reason why. I'm not talking about playing this album front to back and hearing this song. If I play this album front to back, I need to hear this song. That's why I give it 1 thumbs down instead of 2.
Okay. I will never understand your rating system.
That's because you're not me.
Yep, true.
This is a song where I thought, okay Google or hey Siri.
Yeah.
I have an iPhone. I'm assuming most of you know who Siri is. I'm imagining if I was to say, "Hey Siri, give me a commentary on today's modern society."
Yeah.
And if Siri was to actually give me an honest to God answer, this song is the answer.
Yeah. If Siri or Google were to give you like a realist answer or like a very blunt answer, like
This is it?
This is what it would be. Yeah.
This is all done by a computer voice.
Yeah.
And like, here's the first lyric of the song is fitter, healthier, more productive, comfortable. And then it literally continues for another 2 minutes, maybe a minute and a half,
Like
2
a minute
minutes.
and a half. Yeah, a minute and 45 seconds.
And then it comes back to those same lyrics from the beginning.
Fitter, happier.
But at the very end, it says a pig in a cage on antibiotics.
Yeah.
And so, obviously, he's talking about us as humans being pigs in a cage on antibiotics, waiting to die.
Essentially, yeah. Super depressing.
That is
but
so depressing. In the context of the album, it makes so much sense.
Let me explain, though. Because that's the point of that song is not to jam out to it, though. The purpose of that song is to be a commentary on the society, apparently at that day, but also very relevant.
It's very relevant.
2017.
This happened in 1997, and 100% it's still relevant.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I implore you all, even though I really disregard this song, listen to it, look up the lyrics, read them, and just think about it, okay?
How contradictory is that?
And that's where
What
we
we
disagree.
wanna listen
Let's
to.
agree to disagree.
All right,
Handshake.
handshake.
We're handshaking
Handshake
Disagree.
and high five.
and high five.
Nice.
All right, next song, Electioneering.
Electioneering, yeah.
Weird name. 2 thumbs up, star, recommend.
Nice. It's a good song.
The first of all, this song drew me in because it's catchy, it's memorable, it's a very much rock and roll song, right? Right, rock and roll.
Yeah, definitely.
But this song is more political than I thought. Have you read the lyrics?
Yeah.
Obviously it's about politicians. Am I right?
And essentially just rigging.
Rigging elections
Everything.
or just trying to pander to the voters. Am I right? Mm-hmm. That's messed up, especially because obviously we just went through a
just
crazy election.
What we went through. What we went through. Yeah.
Which we will not comment
We
on
will not
because
comment on it because that will bring this episode into 2 hours.
here at American Brews and Tunes, we don't do politics. We do beer and music. So here you go.
That's right. We only talk about the 2 best things in the world, not one of the worst things.
Shibbity-beep-a-dow.
Shibbity-beep-a-dow.
All right. So essentially, he's saying that like politicians pander to their voters.
It's just a big scheme. Yeah.
And there were some things I think were very British centric. Like there was like
Probably,
the
yeah. That's true.
This is me. I
didn't
can't remember the
even-
actual line, but the IMF.
I didn't even think about that they were
There-
from England, so
yes,
they'd
there's-
probably be
there are-
talking about British politics. Yeah.
It's stuff I can't relate to, but after researching it, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's essentially a politician pandering for votes. It's messed
Yeah.
up.
And so if you think about the title, electioneering, so it's like a version of election and engineering. So
Yes.
like you're engineering elections,
Messed up.
essentially.
Stupid, but it's a great song. I recommend it.
Definitely
Next
good song.
song.
Super catchy.
Next song, which is number 9, Climbing Up the Walls.
This is probably my least favorite song on the album.
Not my least favorite, but
I still really like it.
I gave it 1 thumb up. Believe
Okay.
that. Which
Wow.
is still says I like it and
amazing.
I would listen to it again. That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Here's the thing. It's a creepy sounding song. It's really
It definitely
creepy.
is, yeah.
There are some atonal strings things going on in the song. There's a
Yeah.
string section going on in the background that's just off-putting and creepy. His vocals, when he comes in, there is a filter that makes it sound creepy and off-putting.
That's why you gotta remember it's from '97.
Like if you listen to The Grudge or like the you know the movie The Grudge, The Ring.
Yeah.
This song could go in those movies.
Some of this stuff seems like it could be from today.
Here's
You
some
know.
insight. Their singer Tom or Thom, well, just kidding, Tom, worked in a mental institute as an orderly. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
And so he drew his experiences from that into this song. In the song, you're unable to escape the narrator like he's like, I'll be there whether you run away. I'll be there. Open up your skull. I'll be there. Climbing up the walls.
Yeah.
It's like a narrator, as darkness, as demons, whatever it is. He'll be there, and so that's like as like a mental patient, a mental institution. What do you think about that?
That's kind of creepy. Well, definitely
One
has
thumb up.
definitely
Next
has-
song,
okay.
no surprise.
Ooh.
2 thumbs up,
Great song.
but not one of my top 3 recommendations.
Okay.
All right, let me tell you about the very first song I listened to this, or the first time I listened to this. Do you know what I thought?
What?
Guess. Think of the guitar at the beginning of the song. Yes. What do you think of?
I think of this song.
I'll tell you what I thought of.
What do you think of?
Beach Boys, Wouldn't It Be Nice?
Oh, really?
Do you know what happened when I typed? You know, the
think of
guitar.
that?
The guitar on Beach Boys.
Oh, okay.
And do you know what happened when I typed this into Wikipedia?
What?
They said, based solely, like, specifically on Beach Boys, Wouldn't It Be Nice?
Really?
I felt so much validation when I saw
That's
that.
interesting.
Because literally, every time I thought, like, I listened to the song, I was like, this sounds so much like Beach Boys.
Interesting. I never thought about that.
I did because I love that album. It is so good.
This song is really good, though.
But this song is really, really happy sounding, right? The melody is happy.
Yes.
If you don't listen to the words, it sounds positive, uplifting, and
It's in a major. It's in a
pleasant.
major key. It's a very great melody.
But these are some of the most depressing lyrics on the entire album.
It actually has a lot of similarities to No Control.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Fitter or Healthier, that song, whatever that is.
Yep.
It talks about this guy who's essentially like going through his mundane life, his melancholy, monotonous life, doing the same thing every day and just being sad about it, like saying this is going nowhere, right?
They're super depressing.
Have you seen the music video?
No, I didn't watch any of the music videos.
When I was listening to the album on YouTube,
We'll post that.
We'll post this.
Post
and,
that.
in fact, when we post the playlist that has all the songs, the music video will be included. Just watch it. It's really powerful video. But
I'll have to
here's-
watch it tonight.
You do too. Here's the description for me. Essentially, Tom, the singer, it is a close up on his face, and he's in some type of like glass bowl or whatever, singing the song, and he's like mouthing the lyrics, obviously singing along.
Yeah.
And there's water starting to fill up the bowl. And there's a big,
Oh my gosh.
there's a big instrumental part in the middle, right?
Wow. Yeah.
Once it gets to the instrumental part, the bowl is 100% filled.
Phil, really?
And so, like, suicide, wants to die, like, kind of that, like, you know what I mean? Depressed.
Well,
Because he sits there for a while.
but maybe.
No maybes.
I can't.
I'm
say
sorry.
my
I'm
opinion.
sorry. Go for a maybe.
But maybe think about the earlier in the album where he's talking to the alien. So maybe he has transcended to that next level, and that's when he says, "Such a pretty house and such a
Maybe.
pretty garden." So he's like commenting on the society from that other place.
I don't look at it that way, though.
I don't know.
Here's what I look at.
I'm just
it.
guessing.
There was a guy who was giving his commentary on all the stuff from the first part of the song, and then the glass fills with water, and he kills himself.
Yeah.
But in the music video itself, the water drains, he catches his breath, and sings the very last stretch of the song. Really powerful music video for not like having any cuts,
Yeah.
no costume changes, no wardrobe changes.
Just very, very minimalistic.
So I literally have never seen a video like this before.
And this came out in 97.
97.
1997.
And literally, I saw this video last week for the first time, and it was very, very powerful, moving for me almost.
Yeah. That's why I had to recommend this album for you.
Yeah.
It was just so crazy.
Killer song.
Anyway.
But let's move on. Number 11, Lucky. Do you know what I gave this rating wise?
I mean, I'm looking at your paper right now.
0 thumbs up.
0 thumbs up,
I
0,
also gave
0
it-
thumbs down.
0 thumbs
As
down.
well.
Yes.
So it was just average.
Yes.
Just
And
aight.
I had like this was a skipper for me. I'm not gonna lie. Originally, and this is based off my research. Originally, this song was about the Bosnian War, which is kind of related a little to like Russia, like Ukraine, like like
Yeah, Bosnia.
some stuff.
I have no idea.
So it was meant to be really political, and then when they record it in the future, it stopped being so political, and it kind of evened out a little bit.
Yeah.
Essentially, it became a song about a plane crash.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have much to add about this. The chorus is catchy.
It's still a good song.
Nothing.
It's just average.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No thumbs up, no thumbs down. It's just there. Let's move on to the next song. 12, which is called Tourist.
The Tourist.
Do you like the song?
I do, yes.
I read that this song is about him watching American tourists around France.
That's kind
running
of funny.
around trying to catch all the sights.
That's kind of funny,
So
actually.
you can,
That makes
what do
sense.
you imagine when you think of that?
I imagine a older gentleman and an older lady, maybe with their young child, running around with their camera, trying to take pictures of the Louvre or the Eiffel Tower.
But frantic, right?
Or going up in the Eiffel Tower like, oh my gosh, we have to see everything as soon as possible and we have no time to rest.
Which is frantic, right?
Yeah, frantic, yeah.
And I didn't say before, but this is the last song on the album.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's saying,
So is this the alien?
he's saying, slow down. Slow down.
Oh, I love that.
Because I think he's going to go for a more overarching theme, right? Like, obviously, you're going through life. You don't want to rush through things, right? Are you going to rush, Jesse?
Exactly. You're not going to rush.
Why?
You gotta savor the flavor. If you're eating a good steak, you can't just savor the flavor. If you're eating a good steak, you cannot just chow it down. You gotta savor it, man.
And that's what he's saying. I mean, literally, he's not saying that, but essentially he is.
Yeah.
He's saying, don't rush through life without acknowledging the important parts that you passed through.
Yeah, exactly. How about this? Don't rush through life just trying to see all the sights.
Yes.
Look at all the small things too.
No. Seeing all the sights is fine.
But don't just do that. Don't rush to get to the next site.
Don't rush for the end goal. The journey is more important than the end goal, right?
This is the tortoise and the hare.
Yes, the journey is the most important part. I give this 1 thumb up.
Okay, that's pretty good apparently. So,
Give me your 5 songs that you recommend first,
okay,
and then I'll go to mine.
the first track that I want to recommend on the album "No Control" by Bad Religion is, of course, "No Control." Track number 3. Second song is track number 5, "Automatic Man." Third song is track number 6, "I Want to Conquer the World." The fourth song, track number 8, is called "Henchman." Track number 4 is track 10, called "You." And then the last song that I want to recommend is the last song on the album,
Which is?
which is "The World Won't Stop."
All right.
Steve, you go through your 3.
Here's my 3 songs. If you're going to listen to OK Computer by Radiohead, please listen to these 3 songs. Let Down, Subterranean Homesick Alien, and Electioneering.
Well, I just think the whole album is phenomenal, dude.
It
I
is.
mean that's why I recommended it to you.
But this is why I think that OK Computer is different from No Control. No Control has a lot of songs that have a similar feel, right? OK Computer, across the board, it's very different, right?
Yeah.
But both albums have merit.
Definitely, yeah, exactly.
And so with that, let's finish our beers real quick, give our last ratings, and let's sign off.
Okay. Let's say the key phrase. The key phrase, yep.
Shibbity-beep-a-dow!
All right.
Your rating change at all?
I think it's probably about the same, actually.
Mine got better.
Really?
Yes. The hops actually kind of presented themselves a little bit more present.
More present. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. As it warmed up.
And once again, this has been Brews and Tunes.
No, well, we still have to recommend albums for next week.
Oh, good call.
Yep.
For you, I recommend The Anthem by Les and Jake.
Oh, nice.
And
For you, I would recommend Vampire Weekend's album, Contra.
okay, I've never heard that whole
It's
album.
their second studio album.
Word.
So,
Let's sign off with the key phrase.
key phrase again?
Yeah.
Shibbity-bit-bow! We will see you guys next week.
This is Brews and
Peace.
Tunes. Peace.